Love is who we are at the very core of our life. It is the soul within us that brings life to this physical form. It lives infinitely. It is source energy, collective consciousness, God, highest of high, whatever label you wish to apply. It not only lives within us, but around us. It is the space that we see where nothing else exists, between objects. It is in the objects. All forms are energy, and all non-physical forms are also energy, and everything derives from this source. We are all love at our core. But within the physical form, this energy source is not always understood nor accepted. We are moulded and shaped into our thoughts from the experiences of our parents, our guardians, society, from what they have told us and from what we experience ourselves, which has been heavily based by the knowledge that we've gained from them. Everything depends on your mindset that you are able to retain or conditioned into new thinking. So much of what we do before we recall the truth or awaken is based around fear. Yes, there is still love, but unfortunately fear has the loudest voice, and so it meanders in our lives until it is accepted as a norm. Our ego mind is the keeper of fear. It is the non-physical aspect of the physical form. Isn't that an amazing thing to think of? How astoundingly complex we are, that not only do we have this physical form, but aspects of it are non-physical too. Our mind, our auras. Anyway, our ego is the captain of this vessel when we live unconsciously. Living unconsciously is a term referring to when we exist where our thoughts control us. Even when we live unconsciously, we are not aware of this necessarily, because we could read about this or listen to someone talk about this, and our ego mind would dismiss this as rubbish, or we simply wouldn't recognize it in ourselves. The egoic mind is complex too, and as the captain, it will do all it can to retain its position. Yet love also lives here. You may wonder why, if love or God exists, why doesn't it take over? Love is, of course, the greater energy. It is the highest of high. Love not only does not fight to be received, but it is the frequencies that we engage our life in that determines if we connect with our love energy. And when we are tuned into fear, we are tuned into a lower frequency. So yes, at times we will experience the joy and satisfaction of love, God, source energy, but our mind, our ego, is quick to resume its command. Unless we make a conscious effort to take control of our thinking, then love waits patiently for these moments and experiences where it can surface. When I explain the egoic mind to someone, I like to describe our mind simply as 3 rooms, each one side by side with interconnecting doors. The room in the middle is where love exists. The rooms on either side are where ego resides. Love is found through presence, often experienced when we do things we love, where all our attention is on the here and now. Ego to the left and right are memories, past experiences, future dreams and goals, but ego too often likes to sprinkle its control and paralyze us in these rooms by adding regret, pain, sadness to the memories, and for the future, our dreams are laced in doubt and fear. Have you ever wondered why on earth we would add doubt to a dream? It's not even happened yet, and we're beginning to ruin it already. Dreams should be limitless. We shouldn't be afraid to succeed or achieve or attain. Yet we are highly conditioned to base our dreams on our past experiences, rather than allow them to blossom anew without preconceived past expectations. Thanks to ego, we often won't experience the feeling we dream of because we've added doubt. The problem with us as a collective is we've undergone this rewiring of our mindset. We don't realize the potential we hold. Absolutely, there are so many people out in the world trying to tell us that we can achieve whatever we want. But too often this information becomes discarded because the rectification seems too simple or too absurd. There are many ways to be the success that you desire, but the core of it is to believe in yourself. When you love and accept yourself, you realize your limitless potential, and you can apply yourself and do whatever it is you want to do or be. When you teach yourself to love yourself, you're rewiring your brain, which is the computer of our mind. It remembers everything we have fed it via our thoughts. If we've told ourselves we're stupid, then we will think we are and limit our lives because of this long ingrained thought. If we want to overcome our mind, we need to take control of our thoughts that limit our capabilities and venture into the room of love to experience this energy more often. We can do this by paying attention to what we read, what we listen to, what we talk about, and what we think. Capturing your thought process is initially challenging, and often to begin when we want to pay attention, we hear the negative words in others before we hear them in ourselves. But it's a good thing to simply want to begin and become aware. Eventually, we hear it in ourselves, and then not long after that, we can capture it in our mind and reform the words to express something positive instead of saying something negative. Ego loves us to gossip, compare, compete with others. There is no competition in the room of love. There is only unlimited possibilities and acceptance. Love is an energy that is not truly used for anything other than to give. With love, it is unconditional. Ego offers conditions and protective measures that inhibit us because, in actual fact, protection is a preventative. It creates resistance. Now, when we are unconscious to our thoughts and why we think the way we do, these protection measures may be paradoxically helping us because we are not able to discern so well, because our intuition is not working to its best, and so in a false way it can be seen as protection. But when we choose to become aware and awaken to our thoughts, we realize the protection measures have to be removed to allow our love to flow. Ego will deflect and deny, whereas love will accept and allow. Ego wants you to improve to be better than someone else, whereas love wants you to become the best version of yourself for yourself. Ego will compete against love, but it cannot win. Love allows you to become all that you dream. A sports competitor who embraces their love or God without worrying of their competitor is going to be hard to beat because their faith in themselves is undeniable and they will succeed. So to take control of yourself and relinquish ego's control, to visit the room of love, you need to empower yourself or raise your vibration away from all the fear that can easily hold you back. Pay attention to what you talk about. Is it led with fear? Do things that make you present, that bring you joy. When you're not worrying about anything else and simply loving what you're doing, this is love. It is beautiful, and when you experience these moments or these times, there is nothing else you would want for. There is only that moment. Finally, gratitude. Gratitude is the quickest way to help your mindset and remove fear. Remind yourself daily of how fortunate you are. If you can walk, you should be grateful, for there are many people wishing they could. If you can see, be grateful. To touch, be grateful. Do you have a house to live in? Be grateful. On cold nights, do you have blankets? Then you're very fortunate. Be grateful. Simplify your mind and find how fortunate you are. This world lives on with or without you enjoying it. Why would you allow your egoic mind to keep controlling you? Choose to visit the room of love often. I hope this helps someone. Please feel free to leave a message. I'd love some feedback. Thank you for listening. Love is the answer.